Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the soldiers of 2nd Battalion, 397th Regiment, welcome to today's change of command ceremony, where the command and colors of the 2nd Battalion, 397th Regiment will be passed from Lieutenant Colonel Yates Massey to Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Allen Horning. The change of command is a simple traditional event that is rich with symbolism and heritage. The host for today's ceremony is Colonel Paul Sanders. We wish to extend a special welcome to our honored guests watching online. Lieutenant Colonel Massey's family, including his wife and Donna, and children Samina and David. Lieutenant Colonel Horning's family, including his wife Marie and children Eva and Kira. Please stand for the arrival of the official party. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. It is tradition that soldiers stand at the position of attention and salute, while civilians place their right hand over their hearts. Please remain standing following the national anthem for the invocation delivered by Chaplain Nitz.
I invite you to join me in prayer. Holy God, you tell us in Scripture that there's a time and purpose for every season under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot. We have gathered today to observe a time of transition for the 397th Battalion. It's a time for gratitude, and we thank you for the sacrifices of time, energy, and effort that Lieutenant Colonel Massey has invested into the Hatchet Battalion. We thank you for his leadership, dedication, and sacrifice. We pray your blessings upon him and his family as they move forward in their service to our country, and as he serves as the Deputy Brigade Commander of 2nd Brigade. It is also a time of moving forward, and we welcome Lieutenant Colonel Horning as the new commander of the 397. We ask that you give him and his command team vision, wisdom, and direction as he now leads this battalion in accomplishing the mission. We ask that you bless him and his family in this great undertaking. Be with each of us in this transition. And we ask your blessings on each guest, soldier, and family represented here today, and for our brothers and sisters in arms serving around the world. And we pray this in your holy name. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now observe the traditional passing of the colors, symbolizing the change of command from Lieutenant Colonel Yates Massey to Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Horning, the incoming commander. The heart and soul of the unit is represented by its colors, under which soldiers serve and fight. The colors serve as a record for past traditions and glory. It guards over the unit's present destiny and sustains the pride of the unit's future. The colors are the commander's symbol of authority and represent his responsibility to the organization. The passing of the colors symbolizes the official change of command, the transfer of the troops' allegiance and confidence in the new commander, and the continuity of the spirit and traditions of the brigade. Custodian of the colors is the Command Sergeant Major, as a senior enlisted soldier in the unit and principal advisor to the commander. The ceremony begins as Command Sergeant Major Ball passes the colors to Lieutenant Colonel Massey for the last time. Lieutenant Colonel Massey passes the colors to Colonel Sanders, thereby relinquishing his responsibilities and authority. Effective 0900 hours, 16 May 2020, the undersigned assumes command of the 2nd Battalion, 397th Regiment, signed Lieutenant Colonel Matthew A. Horning, U.S. Army Reserve Commanding. Colonel Sanders passes the colors to Lieutenant Colonel Horning, charging the new commander with the same responsibility and authority. Lieutenant Colonel Horning passes the colors to Command Sergeant Major Ball, charging him with their safekeeping and care. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 2nd Brigade, 104th Division, Colonel Paul Sanders.
Colonel Bunny, familiar peers, friends, family, soldiers of the 2nd Brigade, 104. This global pandemic that we've been experiencing over the last few months has created personal and societal challenges that has tested our ability as leaders, as parents, and employers. The Army's no different. We've canceled missions and exercises, delayed PCS moves and leadership changes, and pushed many normal activities to the right. These are some difficult times, but as this nation has proven since its existence, there's no challenge we cannot overcome. And in the end, we will become stronger. It's a great day to be a soldier. And I'm standing here today humbled and honored to be your brigade commander and be part of a special event. This morning, we will thank Lieutenant Colonel Mike Massey and his family, wife Vandetta, daughter Samina, and son David for the service and sacrifices they made over the last several years as battalion commander of the 2nd of 397. In addition, we welcome Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Horning and his family, wife Marie, and 2 daughters, Neva and Kira, into the 2nd Brigade 104th family as his legacy as the commander of this glory team. Over the next few minutes, I will try to provide a little inspiration and words of wisdom to these 2 commanders and to the future leaders in this audience. Military service provides a sense of meaning beyond what any corporate culture is capable of creating. People do not just want to satisfy their own physical needs, they want to contribute to something larger than themselves. I look at this auditorium and I see soldiers that have and continue to serve this country with distinction and honor. Serving this nation provides a sense of purpose and inspiration that cannot be duplicated in any other occupation. The oath taken by every soldier exemplifies the reason why we serve and do what they do each day. In addition, soldiers are defenders of the same principles that made this country great. The leading men and women in service of this nation is the epitome of leadership. And nothing is more sacred than having the life of America's future in the hands of every decision we're about to make. As a leader, this fact alone must empower you to work harder and consider the consequences of every decision you make. Soldiers today continually strengthen themselves mentally and physically through ongoing training. Most important, soldiers live the 7 core values every day. Many have a calling to be part of something bigger than themselves. In addition, many of you have joined during a time of war, so you fully understand what may be asked of you and are willing to do it anyway. Lieutenant Colonel Mike Massey. Lieutenant Colonel Mike Massey took command of the 2nd 397th in April of 2018. And for over 19 years, this leader has served his soldiers and this nation. He's proven himself as a battalion commander and a leader that ensured his soldiers were trained and cared for. Some of his highlights over the last 2 years include leading the brigade in almost every measurable metric and ranking #1 in the 104th on all readiness metrics for most of his tenure. He was held accountable and completed the mission of filling critical staff and company level vacancies within the command. In addition, Lieutenant Colonel Mike Massey was responsible for supporting both the CST and Merchant Marine missions by providing preparation, instruction, mentorship, and evaluation of future leaders for this nation. Lieutenant Colonel Massey and his leadership team achieved these successes by focusing on 3 lines of effort, to include readiness, mission execution, via the tenets of mission command and professional development. Through his proactive and hands-on leadership, Lieutenant Colonel Massey was well respected by his soldiers and as a result has positively impacted lives and careers that will pay dividends for this nation for years to come. The Army has recognized his leadership by accepting him in the prestigious Army War College starting in May, so he can continue to move forward and accept additional levels of responsibility for this country. So who's your new leader? Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Horning was born and raised in Ypsilanti, Michigan, commissioned in the active duty Army in 2003 after graduating from ROTC at the University of Michigan. At the conclusion of the officer basic course, his first duty assignment was Detachment 1, Company G, 185th Heavy Helicopter. After attending the initial entry rotary wing aviator, the UH-60 flight course in 2004, he was assigned as Assistant S3 HHC 3rd of the 238 CSAB, and eventually as platoon leader. From November in June 2014, Lieutenant Colonel Horning was assigned as Executive Officer aiding the 229th Aviation, and in February of 2015 went into the systems field and was commander of the 181st Cyber Protection Team. His deployments include Iraq and Kosovo. Lieutenant Colonel Horning currently works as a civilian for the Army Futures Command, where he serves as the Deputy Program Director of Artificial Intelligence, Applications and War and Mission. He and his wife, Marie, have 2 daughters in the Troy mission. Each of these assignments required strong leadership, and as you can see, your new commander has proven himself in every assignment, and I have extreme confidence that the Army selected the right leader for this position. You also, as a leader, have to provide inspiration. Inspiration is a stimulating feeling that each of us seek. It allows leaders to motivate and continue pressing forward through hardships to find meaning amidst chaos. What inspires each of you is sometimes found in the rarest forms. It is sometimes in plain sight, it's often stumbled upon without intention, and it's sometimes graciously handed to us in the form of wise words spoken by experienced and influential minds. Leadership is lifting a person's vision to high heights, the raising of a person's performance to a higher standard, the building of a personality beyond its normal limitations. Leadership is intangible, and therefore no weapon ever designed to replace it. Harry Truman once said, "Men make history and not the other way around." In periods where there is no leadership, society stands still. Progress occurs when courageous, skillful leaders seize the opportunity to change things for the better. Each one of you in this theater, for one reason or another, has inspired to be a soldier and a leader. Colonel Massey, on behalf of Major General Duke Nellis, Brigadier General Edwards, and your 2nd Brigade family, we truly wish you success and happiness. Lieutenant Colonel Horning, the task of leading this battalion and upholding the Army values of loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage falls to you. These values can never be jeopardized and will prove to be your basic commitment to the soldiers within your command. The soldiers and families of the 2nd 397th, this nation appreciates your sacrifices and commitment. Each of us has made an honorable choice to serve this country. So let's continue to move forward and see greatness and uphold the traditions and sacrifices of those that made this journey before you. All the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Yates Massey, the outgoing battalion commander.
Hi, good morning. I'd like to thank everyone for taking time out of the day for being here. Colonel Bundy, Sergeant Pierce, thank you. Most of all, my wife and kids, thank you for your love and support and you gave me the last 2 years in this journey. I love you very much and thank you for everything. Colonel Sanders, thank you for your leadership and mentorship over the last 2 years. Very much appreciated. I can say that you gave us our left and right limits and told us to figure it out. And I expect your other battalion commanders to appreciate that very much. Thank you. Sergeant Major Ball, I want to thank you for the energy you brought to the battalion when it came on board. I would say, especially the September, I forgot what it was called, marksmanship training. It was probably one of the funnest times I had, and pretty much be look forward to you continuing that energy. The NCOs, drill sergeants, soldiers of the Hatch Battalion, you're the reason why the battalion is successful. I want you to keep it up, and I look forward to seeing the battalion do bigger and better things. It's because of you that I had so much fun as a commander, and you made it fun, and I pretty much enjoyed it. Matt, the Army made an excellent choice to select you as commander. Battalion couldn't be in better hands, and I look forward to seeing you and Sergeant Major Ball take the time to bigger and better things. Thank you. Have a safe day out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Matthew A. Horning, the incoming battalion commander.
Sir, Colonel Sanders, Colonel Bundy, I appreciate the chance to be here. This is a huge day for all of us. But I wouldn't be here without thanking the people that brought me to this point. I first got to thank my wife, Marie, my two daughters, Eva and Kira, and all the co-workers and colleagues and people that have supported me in my career to bring me to this point. I'm very excited to be here. Not because command is interesting and it's fun, but it's really because I get to work with one of the finest battalions, as you've heard, not only within the 104th, but within all the Army Reserve. And it's no short, thanks to your leadership, sir. I know our time together is going to be very short, but I do appreciate the time we've had and the leadership you've provided so far. Likewise, Colonel Bundy, I look forward to working with you in the future and learning from your expertise and wisdom. Colonel Massey, do appreciate you, everything you've done to bring this student to where it is, because the culture and the climate, the opportunity that it is to lead this battalion is no short of monumental to me. I really do appreciate that. Sergeant Major, look forward to working with you as well. As you say.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the benediction, playing of the Army song, and remain standing as the official party departs.
As we move forward, may we find strength from those on our right and left, but may we also find strength from above. And now, may the Lord bless and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Amen.
March along, sing a song, with the army on the sea. Down the way, down the school, to the path to victory. We're the army and power takes. We're the army and power proclaims. First to fight for the right, and to the police fight, and the army will go the wrong. But above we have done fight until the battle fight, and the army will go the wrong. Then it's high, the army's on its way. Gather up the pages of the sword. For wherever we go, you will always know, and the army will go the wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Thank you for attending today's 2nd Battalion, 397th Regiment Change of Command ceremony. Have a great day.
Now,
I said, yeah, I said, video. Oh, wait a minute, we gotta get 650? Okay.